Good day everyone, I'm Kenneth Liwagan. In our group, we will talk about an issue, whether death penalty should be implemented for rape acts. Should the death penalty be an open possibility for rapists? The discourse on whether rapists should face death penalty revolves around seeking just retribution for such heinous crimes. Defense attorneys argue for its imposition, citing seriousness of the crime on its deterrent effect on potential offenders. However, dissenting voices highlight concerns about the fallibility of the justice system and worry about the wrongful conviction. The debate delves deep into the realms of justice, security, and ethical considerations, and seeks to find solutions that ensures justice and protection for all stakeholders involved in this complex and sensitive issue. Over here is whether rapists should be executed, raise the seriousness of the crime against concerns about justice, and whether it actually prevents acts like this.
Opponents to implementing the death penalty for rapists in the Philippines argue that this measure may not effectively address the underlying issues contributing to sexual violence. Critics express concern that the death penalty might not serve as a deterrent, pointing to the complexity of the problem. There is skepticism regarding to the notion that harsher punishment alone will significantly reduce the occurrence of rape. Additionally, critics highlight that the potential for miscarriages of justice, emphasizing that the death penalty could lead to the wrongful punishment of innocent individuals. This concern is rooted in the imperfect nature of legal systems where errors in investigation and trials can occur. Moreover, some argue that the death penalty fails to address the root causes of why individuals commit rape, such as societal norms, cultural factors, and an adequate support system for victims and potential offenders. Raymond G. H. 2019 stated that critics advocate for a more nuanced and comprehensive approach that includes preventive measures, education, and rehabilitation to address the multifaceted nature of sexual violence. Danger of false conviction. Nathanson S. 2019 stated that the possibility of judicial mistake is a major issue for those who oppose the death penalty for rapists. Innocent people may be tragically punished as a result of the flaws in human judgment, legal procedures, and investigation techniques. Many incidents around the world have brought attention to cases where people have been wrongfully convicted, highlighting the necessity of exercising prudence where enforcing permanent penalties. Human rights into consideration. Barry K. N. 2019 stated that the significance of protecting human rights is emphasized by those who are against the death sentence for rapists. They contend that the imposition of such a harsh penalty might go against the rights to life and proportionally, particularly in light of the potential for permanent mistakes in the legal system. Need for comprehensive ways effect of counseling interventions in changing the sociopathic behavior in offenders. From Joy Kumar S. T. 2022. Critics favor a comprehensive strategy that incorporates counseling, support systems, and rehabilitation in place of a punitive one. They contend that in order to effectively address the sociocultural aspects that contribute of sexual violence, a detailed understanding of the underlying reasons is necessary. These causes may include problems with mental health, socioeconomic inequality, and cultural influences. States of death penalty argue that improvements in forensic technology, strict investigative practices, and legal protections can dramatically lower the likelihood of erroneous convictions. They contend that the judicial system can be strengthened and made less likely to punish innocent people by implementing adequate checks and balances. Stricter requirements for witness testimony and evidence can also help to ensure a more fair and accurate legal system. Study published in the Journal of Criminal Justice and Law Review conducted a comparative analysis of countries with and without the death penalty, examining the impact on the serious offenses. The research spanning several regions found that countries that retained the death penalty exhibited lower rates of certain serious crimes, suggesting a potential deterrent effect. By Smith 2019. Tragic case of Kristen Silawan in early 2019 in the Philippines served as a stark illustration of a heinous crime that shocked the nation. Silawan, a young woman, was brutally murdered, prompting the widespread public outcry for justice. Advocates for the death penalty point to cases like Silawan's as evidence of the urgent need for a severe punishment to act as a deterrent and ensure justice for victims. By Philippines Daily Enquirer 2019.
Ensuring justice for victims of rape involves a strict approach that should be considered way of the crime. Recognizing the rights of victims involve not only support and assistance, but also the pursuit of justice that acknowledge the seriousness of the crime. According to Darren Field, the discussion around the death penalty in such cases is contentious, but holds weight in addressing the trauma caused by rape. Victims of rape have the right to justice that reflects an impact of their suffering. Considering the trauma caused, some argue that the death penalty could serve as a form of retribution and prevention. According to Krinsky, by holding the guilty accountable through severe consequences, it may provide a sense of closure and validation to victims and their families. According to Vaidello, victims of crimes, particularly in cases of rape and sexual assault, have the right man to support and protect them. These rights include access to information, safety measures, support services, privacy protection, participation in legal processes, opportunity for compensation, fair treatment, and ways to find closure. They're crucial in helping survivors recovering from these traumatic experiences.
The death penalty against rapists should be considered to stop multiple rape cases, prevent repeat offenses, and prevent traumatic experiences. According to Bhatia 2023, the Supreme Court ruled in Jang Mohan Sain v. State of Uttar Pradesh that the death penalty is constitutional since it would not only lower crime but also deter society from committing similar crimes. Mammon 2021 claimed that in recent years the number of rape cases is gradually increasing. Bangladesh government should consider amending the law to ensure the death penalty for the rapists, an official said as nationwide protests erupted against recent incidents of sexual assault. Wolanjo 2022 testifies that the crime of rape against children can threaten, endanger the child's life, damage personal life, damage the growth and development of children, and disturb a sense of comfort, peace, security, and public order. This became the basis for the judge's consideration in the decision against the death penalty, as it would also give justice to the victims. This clearly shows that these kinds of crimes should not be tolerated as they not only affect one factor but many. Therefore, considering the death penalty against rapists would be a big help to lower and deter rape crimes.
Rape is an awful crime that will cause physical and psychological problem. That's why we should implement death penalty. Rape can cause depression or mental illness. Depression is a common mental disorder that causes sadness and loss of interest. According to Diaz et al. 2018, it affects 350 million people in the world, and its most severe state can lead to suicide. Dr. Lillian Go, a registered psychologist and play therapist, said most of the suspects are related to the victims, including their fathers, uncles, and other relatives. They feel no guilt because they think it is good. They think it is the right act because they are the father, said Go. Jurors view rape complainants who appear distressed are more credible than those who appear unemotional. Cited from Nitschke et al. 2023. According to Chivers Wilson 2020, the prevalence of post traumatic stress disorder in sexual assault survivors is drastically higher than the national prevalence of the disorder, which is a strong indication that the current therapies for sexual assault related post traumatic stress disorder are in need of improvement. Rape is a serious crime and it will wholly affect the victim. The only solution for this crime is the death penalty. This will lessen the increase of these cases. We should implement this kind of punishment to discourage the would-be criminals from unlawful action.
Ensuring justice, stopping multiple cases, and preventing physical and psychological problems are enough reasons to implement the death penalty. Legislation should be promoted for efficient trials in rape cases with infrastructure and training improved. Public education campaigns on rape and death penalty effects should be launched, and international collaboration and victim assistance initiatives should also be promoted. Therefore, considering the death penalty against rapists and prioritizing the right and justice of rape victims is what the study advocates.